Welcome back to Queenie Connection. Thanks so much for joining us as we have two special guests in studio. Cory McKay joins us with her dog Zazu. So Cory, thanks so much for taking the time.
Well, thank you for inviting us. Both Zazu and I are glad to be here.
Yeah, so we're talking about the St. John Ambulance Program therapy dogs. How did you get into this line of things?
I love dogs. Bill and I both have always had dogs and heard about therapy programs and located St. John Ambulance therapy dog programs in 2018. And we had a golden retriever at the time, and so we went for the evaluation and just loved going and visiting the seniors with the pups and sharing our pups with other people. It's like going to work with your best friends.
Yeah, so where is this branch located out of? Where are you based?
Our branch is St. John Ambulance Therapy Dogs Loyalist Quinte Division. The office is the St. John Ambulance at 417 Montrose Avenue or Road. And we cover an area from Trenton to Napanee. We share Napanee with Kingston Branch. And then we cover the county and we go as far north as Bancroft.
Wow. So what's the difference between a therapy dog and a service dog?
There's a significant difference. A service dog is for one individual, and they live with that individual, and they can provide assistance from people who need assistance with sight, to dogs that recognize when someone is going to have a seizure. So that dog lives with the person and is a one-person dog. Our therapy dogs are members of families in the community, and we share them with as many people as we can. So whether we go visiting seniors at homes or help children with reading in schools, there are pets, but they've been evaluated to make sure that they're safe to visit with other people.
So tell us about Zazu's story, because he's nice and chill here.
Zazu's very chill. Zazu will be 12 in May. He's got a birthday coming up. And he was evaluated in October of 2022 after the pandemic closures. And he goes every Tuesday to visit Quinte Gardens. And we have quite a few residents that we visit on multiple floors. And he also goes to the Belleville Police Service and visits the staff in there as well. We go to Loyalist College and in the Link Lounge and visit students there, and especially this time of year when there's exams and they've got assignments coming, just to give them a little bit of a stress relief. And we also go to several high schools in the area as well. So
nice. Well, tell us about his outfit, because it's quite specialized.
Yeah, well, with St. John Ambulance Therapy, so that people realize that the dog has been evaluated to make sure they're safe, they wear a bandana, and the bandana has therapy dogs on it and has Subaru, which is the sponsor of St. John Ambulance Therapy Dogs. They provide us with the bandanas. They also provide us, we've got a red leash here with the same thing, and then after a pup is evaluated and they're deemed to be safe to go and visit other people, they get a little silver paw, and that's on their collar. And that way we can tell people who are coming up and saying, is it okay to pet? Yeah, this is how you can tell that it's a St. John Ambulance Therapy dog. If they get child tested to go and read with children in schools and to visit some special needs children, then they have a little red heart that they get. But they have to be visiting at least for a year with adults before they can be child tested.
Okay, so Zazu's got a business card, which is really great to see. What makes an ideal candidate for a therapy dog? Because you mentioned Zazu's kind of got into this later in life.
Yeah, he got into it later in life. He was shy when he was younger, and he's just become more and more outgoing the older he has gotten. For a therapy dog, what we're looking for is a dog who likes being petted by people, who enjoys meeting people, who is not too rambunctious. We have an evaluation process we go through. There's a pre-evaluation first, which is just for the handler. And really that's an information session to explain the requirements of the program, where you might go and visit the requirements of the dog that's going to be evaluated. And if they still wish to proceed after the pre-evaluation, they come to an evaluation. It takes about 2.5 hours, and you have the handler and the dog go through 12 steps really. And those steps are to ensure that the dog is friendly, that you're walking the dog, that the dog isn't walking you. Sometimes you see dogs that like to take their humans for a walk, to make sure that if you're in a senior's home, that the dog isn't going to knock any of the seniors over. If you're visiting young children, that they're not going through, that the handler has the dog under control. Things like getting used to a walker and a wheelchair, loud noises, that they can take a treat gently. We don't have the dogs fed regularly on visits, but you never know if somebody has something in their pocket or something drops on the floor, that they're not going to hurt somebody's hand when they take something from them. Make sure that they're used to crowds and that the handler can guide the dog through crowds, because it's up to us to get out of the way if there's a group heading down the hall. So it's just an overall assessment. If there's something that somebody has to work on, then we just, we talk to them. They can't jump up on people. So for instance, during the assessment, if the dog is jumping up, we'll explain that to the handler and say, come, work on that and come on back to the next evaluation. I think one of the favorite things that I like that one of our evaluators says is, if your dog isn't successful at the evaluation, it's still a loving member of your family, and that hasn't changed at all. It just means some of the requirements for St. John Ambulance that they might have to work on a little bit. But every dog is special.
Yeah. Now, what has the reaction been like when you travel across the community, especially these days?
Well, I think the last Tuesday I went to Quinte Gardens, and I wasn't overly excited about going that day, and when I got there, the reaction from the people we were visiting, and I had some new residents who wanted to visit with Zazu, and my spirits, never mind their spirits, my spirits were just up here. Zazu was sitting on all kinds of the residents' laps, and we were having conversations and seeing the smiles on the residents' faces and seeing what a difference a puppy can do, because there aren't too many puppies that are living at Quinte Gardens, and there's a lot of residents who have had dogs throughout their lives. So, they tell you fabulous stories about when they were younger, whether they were in a farm or at a house, and what their dogs meant to them and what breeds they had and their names. And it's just so uplifting to see a difference, and that he's made a difference.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great conversation starter, right?
He is, yeah.
In terms of breeds, Cory, is it just geared to small dogs? How big can a dog be therapy-wise? Yeah,
we take all sizes, shapes, ages of human handlers and of puppy dogs. And there isn't a one size fits all, and there isn't one size that's better than another. It really depends on the individual. And when we took our Golden, he would be sitting beside people. Yeah. Zazu's small enough, and we have some dogs that are smaller than Zazu, and individuals say, can he sit on my lap? And that's what they want. So it's more about the people we visit and who they like to see.
Yeah, as we wrap up here, Cory, for more information, if folks want to get their dogs involved or they want to learn more, where do they go?
Yeah, one of the fastest and easiest ways we've found, especially with the open house, was through our Facebook account. And it's St. John Ambulance Therapy Dogs Loyalist Quinte Division. You can also call St. John Ambulance at 417 Montrose as well to get some information.
Well, Cory and Zazu, great to have you in the studio.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.